Hello and welcome to this session in which we will discuss types of cyber attacks. Cyber attacks can be categorized into 6 main types. In the prior session, we looked at the network-based attacks. It means they're attacking you through your network. In this session, we would look at host-based attacks, and these attacks aimed at individual devices, it's the host, to exploit their software or their configuration vulnerabilities. We're going to have to discuss the other 4 types, such as social engineering attacks, application-based attacks, physical attacks, supply chain attacks. As I mentioned in the prior session, I'm going to mention again. On the Information Systems and Controls CPA exam, they focus on definition and terms. There's a lot of definition and terms. You need to be familiar with them, and most importantly, you need to practice as many multiple choice as possible. And this is where Farhat lectures help. On farhatlectures.com, you have additional multiple choice questions that's going to help you practice. The more you practice, the more prepared you are. Let's go ahead and get started. Before we proceed any further, I have a public announcement about my company, farhatlectures.com. Farhat Accounting Lectures is a supplemental educational tool that's going to help you with your CPA exam preparation as well as your accounting courses. My CPA material is aligned with your CPA review course such as Becker, Roger, Wiley, Gleam, Miles. My accounting courses are aligned with your accounting courses broken down by chapter and topics. My resources consist of lectures, multiple choice questions, true-false questions, as well as exercises. Go ahead, start your free trial today. Starting with the first type of attack, which is brute force attack. In this brute force attack, the attackers use some sort of an automated software to generate a vast number of guesses to crack the password. Brute, it's like powerful, forceful. This method can range from every possible keyword combination to employing more sophisticated approaches like using common password or pattern first before moving on to random combination. For example, they might use your first initial, last name, your date of birth, first initial, last name, your place of birth, so on and so forth. But brute force, the software will generate so much of these until one of them will be used. Now, I know for a fact, I know a true case where one person, I know for a fact that they were able to guess the password of another individual using this brute force attacks. The reason I'm using this example, just FYI, kind of what I'm saying is it's interesting, it works. An attacker might use a brute force attack to gain access to an online account by systematically testing all possible passwords until one is found correct. Now, this individual did it for personal reasons, not to gain access. If your password is 12345, a simple brute attack would quickly uncover this. That's why sometimes when you try to create a password, they might force you to change it to an uncommon or a more difficult password to guess, because a brute force attack can do what? Can use algorithm to guess your password. Keystroke logging. What's keystroke logging? It involves capturing and recording the keys pressed on a keyboard, typically without the user's knowledge. So simply put, through your device, they are recording everything that you are doing. This data can reveal sensitive information such as password, credit card numbers, and personal messages, because they can go back and replay and read exactly what you typed. It's often implemented through some sort of a malicious software, a Trojan horse, that will infect your system. So a user might download what would look like a legitimate software, but indeed it's a Trojan horse. And we talked about a Trojan horse in a separate recording. And this Trojan horse will contain what's called keystroke logger. Simply put, recording your keystroke. So as the user types their login details for various accounts, the logger records this information, sending it back to the attacker, and later on they will go in and they will use the same information to log in. Malware, well, short for malicious software. This encompasses any software designed to harm or exploit any programmable device, service, or network. Malware breaches a device's confidentiality, integrity, or availability with common types of viruses, worms, Trojan horses, and spyware. Simply put, it's a malicious program that resides on your system. A virus that spreads through email attachment might infect the computer once the attachment is open, and this virus could replicate itself and spread to other computers, delete files, or steal password. It needs a host. That's why it's a host-based. The malware needs a host. Rogue mobile apps. They're basically apps, but they're rogue. They're bad. Rogue mobile apps mimic legitimate application to deceive users into installing them. So you think you are installing a legitimate app, and that's why when you install an app, make sure it's from a legitimate store. Hint, hint, Apple. Once installed, these malicious apps can steal information, facilitate unauthorized access to the device, or perform other harmful actions. So the host is your cellular phone, is your mobile phone. A user might download an app that poses as a popular game, but in reality is designed to access and transmit the user's contact and messages to an attacker. So those are the various host-based applications. Let's take a look now at a multiple choice question from farhatlectures.com. In the context of mitigating host-based attack on corporate servers, which of the following action is the most effective? Is it update social media password on regular basis? Well, would that help the server? No, that's gonna protect our social media, our social media platform, which is good. It's a personal security, but does nothing for the corporate server. Therefore, A is an easy elimination. C, increasing the frequency of staff coffee breaks. That's good for the morale, but has no impact on the security corporate server. That's out. Encouraging the use of personal device for work. Well, how would that help? Encouraging the use of personal device, which is BYOD, bring your own device, can actually increase the risk of security breaches, because someone can go through your device, which may not be properly configured with security policies, to access the server. So D is not. Let's look at B by process of elimination. Implementing strong firewall rules and intrusion detection system. Would that protect the corporate servers? If its server is the host, this will protect it. Yes, implementing strong firewalls rules and intrusion detection system is an effective and direct measure to protect the servers from what? From unauthorized access or host-based attacks. What should you do now? For additional MCQs, as I started by saying at the beginning, Farhat Lectures have thousands of MCQs that's going to help you prepare for the CPA exam. Invest in yourself. Good luck. Study hard, and of course, stay safe.